Thank you for browsing page 121. Today we're going to jump into Unearthed Arcana, and we're going to take a look at a really good spell, Chain Lightning. Go chain lightning, you're burning up a quarter mile. Chain lightning, go chain lightning. There you go. That'll be in your head the rest of the day. Sorry about that. Chain Lightning. Good spell. It's an evocation spell. Now, I'm going to go through the spell itself in detail, and then I'm going to do a little demo. So, just kind of hang on. So, it's an evocation, level 6. It's 4-inch range, so 40 feet plus 5 feet per level. And your 6 levels, you have to be 12th level to at least to be able to cast this. So, you're looking at 40 feet plus 60 feet. So, your range is 100 feet at 12th level. Duration instantaneous, area of effect special, verbal, somatic, and material components, 6-segment casting time, half or negate, and I'm going to explain that a little bit too, because we changed that a little bit. So, explanation is, when the spell is cast, the electrical discharge begins a single stroke of lightning, 5 inches or quarter foot wide, so 2.5 feet wide, commencing from the fingertips of the caster and extending to the primary target, which must lie within the maximum range of the spell, as dictated by the level of the caster. I've already gone over that. Chain Lightning differs sharply from Lightning Bolt in that it has a primary target as opposed to an area of effect. If the primary target makes a successful saving throw versus spell, 1/2 damage from the bolt of Chain Lightning is taken. Otherwise, full damage, 1d6 per level, will be inflicted. So that's pretty straightforward, like a Lightning Bolt. In addition, after striking the initial target, the bolt arcs to the nearest other object, be it animal, vegetable, or mineral. This chain of striking continues from one object to another object nearest it, possibly setting up an oscillation between two, presumably stationary or immobilized objects, or a regular pattern involving 3 or more objects. If 2 or more possible targets are equidistant, the Chain Lightning will arc to metal first, then to one with the most fluid, otherwise at random. The chain keeps building up as many links, including the initial target, as the spellcaster has levels, so up to 12. A 12th level magic user casting the spell would hit 12 targets. The primary target first, then 11 other, not necessarily different targets. After the initial strike, each object subsequently struck is entitled to a saving throw versus spell, if applicable. Success in this save indicates that the stroke actually arced to the next nearest target, and that target takes no damage. So basically, if you make that save, it misses you. And then we go on to the next guy, and he makes a saving throw. And if he makes a saving throw, it missed him. It can come back to the guy who made his initial save. The arcing bolt will continue until it has struck the appropriate number of objects, as indicated by the target's failure to save or lack of the opportunity to do so, as for an inanimate object or non-magical nature, until the stroke fades out or strikes a target that grounds it. Direction is never considered a consideration in plotting the path of the arcing Chain Lightning. Distance is a factor, though. A single arc can never be longer than the range limit. If, in order to arc, the bolt must travel greater distance than its maximum range, the stroke fades to nothing. A tree or a substantial piece of conductive metal, such as interconnecting iron bars of a large cell door or cage, will ground the lightning stroke and prevent further arcing. The lightning inflicts 1 less d6 of damage on each target it hits after striking the primary target for the first time. If the initial target was struck for 12 d6 bolt, the next would take 11 d6, then 10, 9, 8, etc., all the way down to 1 d6. The last spurt of energy from the bolt. Saving throw for half damage applies on each strike, different from the save versus spell to see if the lightning actually hits a secondary target. So basically, you'd have to make a save. If you fail that save, you're hit by it, then you get another save, and if you fail that save, you take full damage. If you make that save, you take half damage. The caster can be struck by an arc from his or her own spell. I've seen that happen. The material components are a bit of fur, an amber, glass, or crystal rod, and as many silver pins as the spellcaster has levels of experience. So if you're 12th level, it's 12 silver pins. So there you go. It's a little confusing. We struggled with this spell when it first came out. The main thing that really confused us was the saving throw and then the saving throw. So the initial saving throw to see if you were hit by the bolt, we just took out. Well, I'm going to show in my demonstration that we do a kind of a random pattern when it comes to who gets hit, who doesn't get hit. And it made no sense to us to keep rolling saving throws all over the place. So what we do is, if you get hit by the bolt, you take the damage, you roll save for half, and then it jumps to the next target, and if they get hit by the bolt, they get a save for half, but there's no save to avoid it. That's just a change we made at my table. Per the spell, you would actually save and then save for half damage. So you'd save to see if you were struck, and then save for half damage. That's what this saving throw half or negates means. It's possible for you to save, per the spell write-up. You could save and be missed by the bolt. It could hit your buddy next to you. He fails to save, it hits him. Then it can bounce back on you, and if you fail your saving throw, it could hit you. So it can still hit you. But I'm going to show how we do the entire sequence. I've got 11 targets out there. You're not going to hit all 11. That's not how it works. And quick word about grounding. See what I'm doing there? I'm hand waving. Yes, I'm hand waving. I know that when it hits someone, the target would be grounded unless they were wearing rubber boots or somehow on a not insulating or on an insulating substance of some nature. And if it was just your standard dungeon floor, it would just arc into one guy, ground, and that would be the end of the spell. But that's not fun. That wouldn't be a chain. The other thing about this spell is it is instantaneous. So all targets are hit right when the spell goes off, as if by a lightning bolt. So it's very, very quick because lightning moves at the speed of lightning. So those we do keep. So I'm going to go to a little setup I have now, and I'm going to take a look at how we do it, how we roll the dice, how we work the dice as we go forward. So here we go. Okay, here's my little setup depicting a lone mage, trapped I tell you, against 11, yes 11, not 12, 11 bugbears. For purposes of this demonstration, the bugbears are 3+1 hit dice, but I'm going to give maximum hit points of 25. Also, for purposes of this demonstration, Adam is here.
Hi.
Hi. Adam popped in, so Adam's going to give me a hand a little bit with the dice and stuff like that. So I'm going to back my mage up just a little bit so I can get the dice here right in the center, and then we'll show what's going on. One quick change I've made from the spell, and I mentioned it earlier. We do not give a saving throw to basically avoid the spell. We simply roll a random dice, that's where the bolt jumps, and then you have to make your saving throw for half damage. So there's no chance at my table of you not getting hit by this spell if the spell is rolled randomly in your direction. So here we go. So my mage is going to fire his chain lightning spell. He's 12th level, and he's going to fire it at that bugbear right in the center because he's a smart guy and he knows that he wants to maximize his potential for the spell. So he fires it. All of this happens within a split instant. So even though it's going to take us time to go around and hop the bolt and everything, in game time, no time really will elapse because it's moving at the speed of lightning bolt. All right, Adam, you ready?
Yep.
Here are our 12 die 6. A good roll. I was afraid of a freak roll. I didn't get it. What we do, I got a pretty fat roll actually.
Yeah.
We arrange all the dice like with like. So all the 6-siders together, all the 5s, no 4s.
Wow.
A lot of 3s,
Wow.
no 2s.
Huh. This is
And 2 1s.
roll.
That's a very strange roll. So, I have never seen that before, but that's okay. It's a demo. That happens. So there's our dice. Why is it important to have the dice? Well, I'm going to show you the way we do it. This gentleman has gotten hit by this bolt. So this is 24 plus 5 is 29. Plus 39 more is 38. Plus 6 more is 45. 46, 47. Right?
Yep.
All right. So he's going to make a saving throw. He doesn't get any
No,
saving
46.
throw. Is it 46?
Yeah.
24, 29, 32, 35, 38, yep, 38, 41, 44, 45, 46. That's why I'm glad I have another person here for the math. And sometimes when you're doing it, you do get a little mixed up. So 46. So he's going to make his saving throw to see if he suffers half damage, which would be 23. Here's his 20-sider. This guy would not get a saving throw even if we're doing the spell exactly as written. Or we're not going to save to avoid the spell. He would save for half damage. They need a 16. He rolled a 6. This guy eats the full 46 points of damage. We lay him down. We don't remove the figure, and I'll explain why in a moment. Now, the way we do the bolt is now it's going to hop to a nearby figure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. I will throw a die 6. But before the bolt jumps, I remove the biggest dice remaining, one of the die 6. So here we go. Here's my die 6 for where the bolt goes. 1. So it's going to jump to this gentleman. Goes in tight, Wally. All right, it's going to jump to him. He now has to make a saving throw for half damage. You want to throw the saves at him?
Sure.
All right, this is a save for half damage. So we're at 46, and now it's 40.
Missed it by 1.
Missed it by 1. He doesn't have that +1 protection pair of underpants on, so he eats it. So we are down to 40 from 46. So he eats 20 or eats 40. He's down. Now it's going to jump from the people from him. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. Because yes, it can jump to a dead guy. So we're going to use a die 4 for that jump. It's a 4.
Jumps
it goes
to the
right
dead guy.
back to the dead guy. Now, I'm not going to bother figuring it out, but I'm going to take a die 6 out because it is another arc. And now we're going to roll to see who it jumps from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because it can be another dead guy. It's going to irritate me if it's all dead guys. 1, it's the dead guy. All right, that's the last time I'm going to let that happen.
I was going to say, can we fudge the roll?
Yeah, we are going to fudge the roll from here on if it goes like that. So it goes back to the dead guy, and it'll jump to his targets, 1, 2, 3, 4. I will be re-rolling if it goes to the dead guy. By the way, incidentally, at my table, I would let somebody re-roll. I'm not going to make them eat a spell like this by bad dice. Did a 4 again.
That's crazy.
Not going to do it. 1. Yay! This guy eats it. So this guy is worth 36 points of damage. We've taken out... No, 34.
28.
34.
46.
Oh, we've taken 3. Yeah, we've taken 3 out. See, again, why it's good to have another set of hands at something like this. This is exactly how we do it, by the way, at the table. So it's 28. He gets a saving throw. Go ahead, Adam.
Nope.
No, fails it.
Blow it again.
So he dies.
That was a 5, by the way.
Okay.
Knocked it.
We take out the remaining 6. So our next biggest dice is a 5. As you see, now we're getting down in value. We're starting to really go down to where these guys are going to start surviving this. That's why I didn't want to keep resonating between the two bodies. I know per the spell write-up it absolutely can. Now, because this guy is here against the wall, I'm not going to give the wall a chance because there's more metal, more fluid on either of these guys, so I'm going to allow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm going to have to live with the fact if it comes up on the dead guy
valid.
here. I'm just going to have to live with it.
We just don't want the oscillation.
Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or it's coming off here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1. Yay. It goes to the other live guy. So we've got 15, 22 points of damage. So he's going to survive this either way. Adam, go ahead and throw his saving throw.
Hey,
Crushed his saving throw. He takes 11. Now, because this guy's taking 11, what we do is we turn him out, and I have usually a piece of paper, usually a third player will actually just keep a piece of paper and note, this guy took 11, this guy took 5, whatever. It's just easier to do it.
The spell is very strong, but it requires a lot of note-taking.
It does. And your average casting is going to take about 5 minutes at the table to resolve using this method. At the end of the video, I'll do 1 or 2 demonstrations of showing how if we did it as written. You'll see why I cut to a shorthand version. So we did all that damage. The 5 goes out. We are now down to 15, 16, 17 points of damage. And this guy was hit, so it can go 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we got a 50-50 chance of hitting a corpse. 2, no, we hit a fresh guy.
Live
this
target.
guy. Huh?
Live target.
Yep. So go ahead and roll his saving throw. 20, crushes it, yeah. Well done, dude. Okay, so this guy crushed his saving throw on 20. No special anything other than me noting it. So it's 9, 10, 11 points of damage. He'll take 5.
No, it's 17.
17, I'm sorry. Again, good to have another set of eyes here. 17. We'll round up from this point forward.
Okay.
So he'll take, out of the 17, we round to 18. He'll take 9 points of damage. So this guy, too, gets turned sideways, showing he's been hit.
It was this guy.
I'm sorry.
You rolled a 2.
These are so confusing. This is why, when I do it, I have co-DMs at the table helping me with it. Because that is a valid problem with this spell.
Even with experienced players,
Yes.
again, there's just a lot to track.
So coming off of this guy, I've taken out, I got to take out one of the 3s.
Yep.
Okay. Now coming off of this guy, we're looking at 12, 13, 14 points of damage. Coming off of this guy, my viable targets are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those will be my numbers, and a 6 will go over. 3. So I count 1, 2, 3, the guy that was already damaged. That's good. Save for him, please.
Yep.
No, he fails his saving throw. So he eats 14 more points of damage with the 11
that
he took already. That's 25.
That
He's
would kill
down.
him exactly, yeah.
Got him exactly. Okay, we take out one of the dice, die 3. You're getting the pattern, I'm sure, by now. And now we continue. This guy just got hit by the bolt, so the tower 1, 2, 3, 4. And again, if it hits a corpse, I live with it. Where did my first side go? In 2. Hidden by the... Okay. 3. So my numbers were 1, 2... Wait, 1, 2, 3. So it hits a live guy.
It was from this guy. 1, 2, 3.
This
Into the dead guy.
1, 2, 3. Starting at him.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. Him.
And 4. Yeah, okay. So it goes into the corpse. So all I do is remove another die. So now I'm down to 8 points of damage. We roll again. Off of this guy, correct?
Yep.
Okay. Our numbers are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Go ahead. You notice the mage isn't getting into it because he was far enough back and nobody close to him got hit. So go ahead and roll your saving throw. We need a 16, otherwise they take a whopping 8 points.
No, we need to determine target first.
It came off of him. Oh, it's a dead guy. Yeah, that's right. Okay. So
Came
off the
off
dead
of
guy,
him.
1, 2, 3, 4 will be our number.
Yep.
So again, you're seeing you have an opportunity with low dice creatures, you're going to just kill them. So it's going to be 2. It's on another dead guy. So all I do is take out die 3. I'm down to 5 points of damage. Coming off of him, 1, 2, 3, 4 is our number. Throw it in the corner. It's a 2.
So it was the wounded guy then.
Off of him to...
That guy.
That guy, yeah, you're right. Okay, so that guy, he was down, we'll say he was down 10. I don't remember off the top of my head.
He took 9.
All right, he took 9. So we're not counting what he took, or I hadn't counted what he took, but I should have, and I would have had a third player doing it. He fails his saving throw. He eats 5 more points of damage. So he's still with us, but he's not enjoying life. The last comes out. I have 2 1s. Yes, I do roll for this. So he took it. So my numbers will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 going over. A 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
A fresh guy.
He takes 2 or 1 points of damage. He takes 2 points of damage. I remove that. And off of him, we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Roll down to the corpse. That's the last one. And we're done. What a pain in the butt. Except if you have 3 people managing it, 1 person doing what I did, 1 person doing what Adam did, correcting the guy doing it. Because I always need correction when I do this stuff.
Somebody gets tripped up,
Yep,
no matter what.
always.
We all got to keep each other honest.
If I sit back and let the players do it, it still gets tripped up. But I kind of like that I got tripped up because it shows that this can be a difficult to adjudicate spell. But that is how we do it. We go through all 12 strikes. We note who's damaged and who isn't. In this case, I only have 1 guy damaged.
Yeah. We've got 4 dead targets and 1 guy wounded, which is actually pretty good efficiency for the spell. One actually great thing about the spell is that very few others get as many dice of damage over its duration as this one does.
It's the 12 Days of Christmas.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
A remarkably powerful spell, and it keeps getting stronger and, like, not exponentially, but increasingly stronger the higher your level as a caster.
Now, I'm not going to go through the whole process again, but I am going to show what would happen if you use the spell as written and why I took out that 1 die roll. So it'll be our same target. He gets no saving throw, so he eats the full damage. Let's see if he makes his save for half. Go ahead, Adam.
Yep. No. Fails.
So he would eat the full damage. He would most likely drop. So from him, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just go with that. Throwing a 6-sider. Okay. 1, 2. This guy now gets a saving throw, and I'm going to pretend that he rolled a 20. He made his saving throw. He's not affected by the bolt. It didn't jump to him. Even though our random die said it jumped to him, he made his saving throw. It did not jump to him. So now the random bolt has to go somewhere else. So the instant question becomes, the bolt did not go from him to him. So does the bolt stay here? And do we make saving throws all the way around? The dead guy, of course, is still in the middle. It can't go back to him, so I would have to re-roll, or I would key off of him. The spell description does not tell us that. It is also double the number of die 20s to roll if you roll a save as to whether you're hit or not, and a save for half damage. We don't do it that way because it takes up too much time. It gets too confusing. We just do the random jump as I demonstrated and do the save for half damage or full damage. And that's why. A magic user is probably not going to waste his time with a spell like this. A smart MU is going to dimension door away or fly or something to get out of being attacked. You don't want to be swarmed by them. But as you saw, this did deal a fair amount of damage. I dropped 4 and I did a little bit of damage to a 5th one. That's pretty good for one spell. So that's really all I've got to say about Chain Lightning. I really enjoy this spell, and I actually see it a fair amount at my table on the higher level characters. In fact, we're playing in just a few hours, we're playing our mega level characters.
Yep.
And I'm not going to be surprised if once I discuss Chain Lightning at the table, if I don't see a Chain Lightning or two. Now, one quick address. If it hit this guy, does it go to the wall? Technically, it could go to the wall. There, I'm kind of hand-waving it because I don't want to short-stop the spell for my magic user. I'm probably going to have it go to live targets.
Well, because otherwise it would require such perfect conditions to use the spell that it would just be useless.
And for anybody who's saying, well, wait a minute, this guy wasn't the closest, this guy was, or whatever, they all have metallic weapons, they're all waving them about, they're all in motion. So this is just a representation, but it's not precise.
Yeah.
So again, we hand-wave that with this spell. I try to reward the player who blew a 6th level spell slot on this spell by not having immediately arc into the wall. That being said, if there were a big monster in there, a demon of some type, let's say for whatever reason there's a Garistro with this group. Oops. I always do that.
Oops.
There's a big old Garistro there, and he's got magic resistance, and he makes his MR check as it resonates to him. That would end the spell. Once he goes and has a successful magic resistance check, the spell would end. Keeping in mind, at 12th level casting, magic resistance is lowered by 5%. So if he's got 60% magic resistance, then I would have to roll 55 or less for it to hold. Just for grins, I rolled a 33. It does indeed hold. That would end the spell.
Yep.
So that's something you have to consider also. Not a spell I'm going to bother using on demons because they take less damage and stuff like that. So,
well, it actually raises a question that I had. If you've got some sort of target that is immune to lightning for some reason, would it arc to them and end the spell, or would it just bypass them?
That is a fair argument. I would say it would still arc to them because they would probably have conductive materials on or in their bodies. Even though they're immune to it, the properties themselves, in my opinion, would still be conductive. Their person wouldn't take any damage.
Okay, and then would that spell continue to arc?
From them being immune, I would say no. I would say that would end the stroke.
Okay, so it would be much like an MR check, making your MR.
Because he's immune. So I would say it could arc to him, but he would be immune, therefore it would end the stroke. However, I would listen to arguments countering that, and it would depend on the creature and why they're immune to the lightning. The other thing everybody's saying is, wait a minute, all those creatures that made their saving throws, failed their saving throws, have to save for all their items. Well, first off, they're bugbears, so they don't have any. Second, you're exactly right. The only time I ever check items is if a target fails a saving throw. Fireball, lightning bolt, whatever it is. They have to fail their saving throw, and then I will make the player roll for the magic items. Do I roll for every +1 dagger, every potion? No. I have, but I generally don't do that. I make them look at their good beefy stuff and see if we get that good low roll out there that makes the player really hate me for the next couple of days. It's just a way to do it. But that's all I got today on page 121. Adam, you got anything else to add?
Have a nice day.
I want to thank Adam for joining us. Have a nice day, as he says. Please take a look at the Patreon, see if you can help me out there. Tell your friends about the channel. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Leave any comments that you want to, how you use the spell at your table. Maybe there's a different way to do it that would improve how I do it. I'm always open to ideas. But that's all I've got today. I want to thank you for your time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time on page 121.